Today we have a dual function, I'll put it that way. As you heard on Reggie's show this morning, I did indicate that we are going to be chatting to the young ladies that are friends of our celebrity gays. And the young ladies themselves look like celebrities. So if you are on YouTube, Kofifi TV, if you are on Facebook, I think, are we going to be streaming it live, Camry? On Facebook, you've become the custodian of that, the engineer of that. But before we go into that, I'm sure those that know me a little bit better are probably surprised that I haven't given my opinion about the hurly-burly of the politics that have been going on in our country. They're still going on. But before we get to that, SMS. Remember, this is an interactive show. I value your opinion. I thank you for welcoming me into your homes, your cars, your offices, and those of you that are sneaking it while you are at work, I hope you don't get caught. 071 425 9577. Please WhatsApp me. Kofifi FM 97.2, that's Facebook. Twitter at Kofifi FM _972. Instagram at Kofifi FM, and on YouTube, Kofifi TV. We are in the throes of, I don't know what's the right word to use for this, but it's a cusp that we've reached where we can go one way or the other. We can become great, or we can become another basket case. Now, some of you might have read this week sometime that in Zimbabwe now they're accepting goats and chickens to pay for school fees. And the banks are accepting goats, cows, sheep as collateral for loans. And it all started with no compensation for land. And they've reached the stage now. Now we are hearing the same message here of land, no compensation. And my question becomes, does everybody really want to be a farmer? If they do, why are they all going to the cities and leaving the land behind? I mean, when you drive out into the rural areas of the countryside, there you see lots of fallow land. With tall grass waving happily in the breeze that's not being farmed. And then there's this other fallacy that's being perpetuated. You know, we often are told about conspiracies, how the West wants to grab South Africa and destroy South Africa. And the people that tell us about these conspiracies, we've now discovered are the ones that are using a British company to sow division in our country. Bell Pottinger, those of you who don't know, the Gupta's PR company are the ones that started this myth about white monopoly capital. And it is a myth. There is no white monopoly capital in South Africa. We have white capital, but not monopoly. We have black capital. The only monopoly we have in South Africa is the state. So that is just what it is. It's lies, and it's causing division, and it's about deflecting our attention away from the important things. And when we hear all these messages, which we are going to go into, but before we go there, I want to talk about a very disturbing picture that I saw in the press. To the ladies I'm going to be talking to are Peggy and Whitney, and they're sitting here nodding their heads very sagely. There's a picture that I saw in the press this week of white chairs and blood all over the floor. And I looked at this, and this was the aftermath of a City of Joburg Council meeting. Now, why is there blood? I mean, not one drop, but a puddle of blood on the floor of a meeting called by a council to discuss the integrated development plans of a place. Democracy is supposed to be a contestation of ideas. I didn't know that democracy had become a boxing ring or a fencing ring, or where you basically go and assault each other. Now, there's somebody by the name of Jolie D. Matonga, who's the Joburg ANC representative, whose response, Mayor Mashaba's laying charges against ANC councillors. The ANC responds by saying, no, it's the DA and the EFF who disrupted the meeting. My question is, why would the DA and the EFF disrupt their own meeting? I don't quite get the logic behind that. And then, from what I gather, an EFF guy got his head gashed in and blood poured all over the show. DA councillor was concussed with a brick and had to be taken to hospital. So I guess they did that to themselves as well, seeing that they disrupted their own meeting. So that EFF guy bashed himself in the head and bled, and the DA guy concussed himself with a brick. But my thing is, it comes back to something I said in passing a while ago about why it's so important we scrutinize and question and interrogate the people that we eventually vote for. Don't chase the political parties away when they come. Instead, let them sit down. When somebody says to you, I'm going to create 5 million jobs, ask them, if it was so easy to create those 5 million jobs, why haven't they been created yet? Because for me, it doesn't make sense. If you tell me you can create them and it's that easy, why hasn't it been done yet? And then there's this other little thing, nationalization. The new Minister of Finance, Malusi Gigaba, hires an advisor who's a senior lecturer at Wits University. And he says that, and he publishes a paper already, and this is when he's already the minister's advisor. And he says he advocates the nationalization of banks, of insurance companies, of mines. Now, we keep quiet. South Africans, sometimes we don't, because we don't question. Ask yourself, does the bank own that money that is going to nationalize? No. Whose money is it? Yours and mine. So if he says he's going to nationalize the bank, is he going to nationalize our money? Because the bank doesn't own that money. Now, this is supposed to be a senior lecturer in economics at Wits. But the bank owns the building where they own. Some places they rent. But they don't own the money. They use our money to make money. So when you've got a minister's advisor saying they're going to nationalize a bank, ask yourself, what kind of advisor is that wants to nationalize your money? Because that's your money. And what are they going to do with it when they nationalize it? Because the only thing the bank owns there is the building, not the money. What the bank does is it employs people that use your money to make money. So if the government believes they know how to do that, set up a bank then and do it better, because according to them, the banks presently don't do a good enough job. They can do it better. But we know we've got SAA, Eskom, Denel, and so forth and so forth. Even with insurance companies, what are they going to nationalize? Insurance company doesn't own that money. Those are our policies. It's our money. So is the government going to nationalize your policy that you contribute to? These are the questions you need to start interrogating when people make these statements. Then the minister then goes and says, I distance myself from what he has said. Those are his opinions. Now, how is this advisor going to advise the minister if the minister disagrees with his beliefs? Why has he been employed? It's like, I believe the earth is round, but I employ somebody to advise me about the roundness of the earth who believes that the earth is flat. How does that work? I say that with tears in my eyes. And this other thing, being governed by slogans. People, let's stop being fooled by slogans. What the hell is radical economic transformation? What is it? Nobody has been able to explain it yet. Yet it's just pouring out of people's mouths. What does it mean in real terms? In terms of, we're not hearing anything about job creation. We're not hearing anything about service delivery. We're not hearing anything about safety and security. We're hearing about this radical economic transformation, and yet we don't know what it is. Enter the stage Nkosazana Zuma. She spouts the radical economic transformation and then goes on to say that we need to control treasury, we meaning the government. And I looked at this and I said to myself, hasn't the same party been governing South Africa for 23 years? And doesn't the governing party appoint the Minister of Finance? Doesn't the governing party decide how tax revenue is going to be spent? Doesn't government spend the tax revenue once it's allocated? So when 23 years down the line, she says, we need to control treasury. Who's been controlling it all these years? Is it not the governing party? Or is there another meaning to we need to control treasury that we don't know, we mere mortals? And that's why we need to talk about these things. Then, add insult to injury. The children in Model C schools are being taught that the ANC is corrupt by the teachers. Are we insulting the intelligence of young people that they don't read, they don't watch news, they don't live in South Africa, that they can make their own judgments? Are they force-fed? And it goes further. People at WITS are told not to call South Africa a democracy. Since when did anybody tell people at university what they can and cannot say? Those are the most rebellious people you can come across. They rebel over food. They'll have closed down the university over food. So would you be able to tell them that? That's why I'm emphasizing this, that when we're going to be voting in 2019 again, when the political parties start coming to campaign, let's start asking them the right questions. You say you're going to create 5 million jobs. If it's so easy, why have they not been created? You saying there's going to be radical economic transformation. What is that? How is it going to happen? Who benefits? Who loses? How will it be financed? Always ask that question. How will it be financed? Because it's always about the money. That's why we always say, follow the money. Ask. Now, presently, we vote for parties, not for people. Maybe when they come to our areas, we need to start saying, but I want to know who the parliamentarians are going to be. And I want to see their CVs, because I want to see, is this person capable of representing me? And based on that, I'll decide whether I'll vote for you or not. People, our votes are very expensive. Don't throw it away. Don't. Your vote is the most valuable thing you have outside of your own life, because your vote is what determines the quality of life that you are going to get out of the governing party of that day. And on that note, I get off my soapbox and I stop pontificating. And I get to the topic of today. I have these two very elegant ladies here. I know that Luscious is somewhere out there and Sunny is somewhere out there. Lush is looking really fabulous today. He's wearing these black and white check tights and this white form-fitting double-breasted top with black patent leather shoes. And Sunny is wearing these little floral shorts. But they are not the subject today. Today we're talking to their friends, their straight lady friends. Peggy, that red hat, oh, it's fabulous. That dress, just stand up there and do a little twirl there for me. I think I must bite your style. Those of you that are watching on Facebook and UTV, and now Whitney, you've got to go show those legs on those tats, girl. Now, you know, we've been, part of what we've been doing is we want the broader public to understand gay people a little bit better, that these are just human beings. That's all. Bottom line, they're human beings. But they don't only hang out with themselves. They have friends. And in this case, and you are not gay, are you, both of you?
No.
You both straight ladies, heterosexual ladies.
Yes, we are.
What being, and you're very close to the Luscious and Sunny and Teddy B, aren't you?
Very, very close
very.
to them, yes.
What is it that drew you to them?
With Luscious, I would say it's the personality. He's got this vibrant personality and this extreme zest for life. He's always out there. He's a very friendly person. And I am always drawn to friendly people. And he just makes you feel comfortable from the word go. So that's what drew me to him the first time. You know, the first time we met, we were at a friend's baby shower. It was a party. And we were all dancing. And Luscious just broke out in this dancing of his, and he was taking over the show as usual. And I just thought, you are so crazy, but I like the craziness. And we've been friends since that time.
How long is that?
That could have been about 3 or 4 years ago now.
Okay. And now Whitney, your dad's a pastor.
Yep.
Well, but you not very pastor-like.
Because I believe in being an individual, and I believe that my body doesn't tell me that I'm a Christian or a pastor, or how I dress doesn't define my relationship with Christ. So I'm just being me, man.
But your dad's quite a cool guy as well, isn't he?
Very easygoing. Yeah, he's dope. He's lots of fun.
He said something interesting when I mentioned to him that I'd be having you on the show to talk about being friends with gay people. Do you want to share that story with us about your depression and how this friendship helped you?
Yeah, I really don't mind, actually. Okay, so it started with my now fiance's family, right? At the time, it was a bit rough on us. Like, we're raised similar, but very different in the sense, I don't know how to explain it. It's very different, but very similar. They more traditional, and my family is a bit more unorthodox, you know? So it was getting in the way of a lot of things, and how I look and stuff was very, like, it was a big struggle. Like,
but I don't get it. How you look, but he was your fiance.
Not at the time. This is when we were still dating. And Sunny and Teddy were friends with my fiance's sister. And like, it was like a whole thing. I was like a topic. It was serious. Hey, it was very, very, very,
a topic
very
for his
serious.
family.
And everybody that was connected to them, I was just not in a good light at the time. So I was being accused of a lot of different things, you know, and because I suffer from depression for about 10 years now. It's been a while. Yeah, so at the time it really got to me really badly because I had these questions like, why? What am I doing? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Why can't you ask me if I am this way or if I am doing this? Rather ask me. You know what I mean? I felt very insecure about myself at the point. And that's when Sunny and Teddy came in, because they gave me my fair chance to, like, no matter what they heard, they gave me my fair chance to be myself and see who Whitney really is, because they've been hearing this chick is crazy, she's satanic, she's on drugs, like a whole bunch of stuff. And I was just going through a really rough time at that point, and I just looked really bad.
Was this because you have an unorthodox look?
Yeah. And I've got a lot of tattoos and a shaven head, and my ears are stretched, you know.
I just love the way you guys
my hair's
look.
colourful all the time, you know. It's just, I understand.
You're an individual.
But I understand from a traditional point of view how that would be like, whoa, okay, this chick, you know, because I get it a lot being a pastor's daughter. Like, it's just how it is. I'm always in, like, the light. I'm always being watched, and I'm very questioned because of the stuff. I'm very open, and I sometimes it gets me into trouble because I'm very straightforward as well. So, like, you know, they took the time out and were just like, who is this girl? Nah, man, she don't look like this. Like, you saying these things, but she doesn't look that way to us, you know. And they just took the time out to get to know me, and it just, like, freed me, because it was like, finally somebody's actually acknowledging that I'm not like this. Like, you're
actually
giving me
found
my
soulmates.
You have no idea. Like, Sunny and I have a really, really deep relationship within Christ, because at that point I lost myself completely. I was all over the show questioning why is God letting this happen to me, like, over and over again, you know what I mean? And him and I just connected with, I just had this, like, prophecy for him, like, that just came out of nowhere, and it just, like, connected us. I was actually his stepping stone to coming out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, because he had that fear of the church and who's gonna say what, and I've grown up in a house where we love everybody, like everybody. So I was like, I asked him, how is this gonna affect your relationship with God? I said, God knows your heart, friend.
Aren't we all made in God's image?
That was my fight. That's what I said to him. I said, if you're going to walk around worrying about what people say, you're going to live a very, very hard life. I said, I can't help but worry. You have the choice. So don't worry about it. Be who you are. Embrace yourself. Because now he was uncomfortable, you know, trying to hide. He can't dress how he wants to because, you know, and I was just like, dude, look at me. I'm a pastor's daughter. Example A, dude. Here you go. Look at me. I wear what I feel comfortable in. I look how I want to look. And the only time I feel uncomfortable if my dad says, you don't look okay. Then I know. If nothing said, I'm gone. I'm out of here, you know? And it's just always been that way. So they, like, just helped me break away from caring so much. Because at that point, it was a big, big fall. And I was going through this new relationship, you know. And I didn't know, like, should I carry on? Should I leave him because of the family? But he was, like, a blessing to me at that point. So it was like, why is this happening? And they were like, nah, dude, it's chilled. And they had been through similar situations, and so it was just like a breath of fresh air. And they younger than me by 6 years, you know, and I spend all day, every day with them.
They were the ones that boosted your confidence.
Yeah, so much. Like, even up to last night, you know, there's those little things, like, because I'm now getting married soon.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm very nervous because of, like, the controversy.
Is Luscious going to make your wedding dress?
No.
Why not?
He's doing my decor. I went.
Oh,
to
he's doing your
different-
decor. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
We've been discussing.
You know, Kofifi family, if you are watching this on Facebook or on YouTube, these ladies, I think they just look fabulous. No, I've always been, I guess I still look a little bit unorthodox even as I age, but I've always been one of those who support people's individuality, your determination to be who you are,
Yes.
as long as you harm nobody, and in the way you look as well. Like I love your looks. I think they suit you.
Thank you.
I mean, Peggy, your dreads and your little daughter and her dreads as well, and the tats and the hat.
Yeah.
I love it. And your shorts and your tats over there and there, and I know there's one somewhere on your waist as well. And we can't. Imagine how boring
Boring it can
life
be.
would be
Yeah.
if we all looked the same
Yeah.
and all behave the same.
Yeah.
Now, what's different about being friends with gay guys?
Well, to me, there's no real difference. I see people as people. I don't see color. I don't see gender. I don't see. To me, that adds too much pressure to life. I see people, irrespective of race, religion, and it makes things just easier. If I like someone in their company, I will be friends with that person. And irrespective of what people think about that person, it's for me to make a judgment call after a time and say, okay, yeah, they were right, or I don't want to be in that person's orb, or I don't want to be friends with that person. But to me, it's quite easy to be friends with anybody for that matter. I've had I've lost a lot of straight friends. I've lost a lot of people that is in sort of positions that felt like, I will not hang out with you because you hang out with gay people. Okay, so now I'm hanging out. Yeah,
What is that? Does it mean you're hanging out with ducks or something?
Yeah, because even the way that I don't get it myself. Even the way that I dress and the way I think, my way of thinking, I've been labeled as weird. I've been labeled as eccentric. I've tried so long.
I think eccentric's lovely.
It's lovely. To me, it's
Compliment.
beautiful.
love
And
eccentric.
weird is such a great compliment. love
I
it.
feel that those people are putting themselves in a box.
Yes.
I'm free. I do what I
They're
want to
letting
do.
society dictate
Dictate
to
to
them.
them,
Yes.
Believe me, I've tried to do the normal thing. As it's perceived as normal,
And it didn't work
It didn't
for
work for me. I got myself a job and I did the stockings thing, and I was like so uncomfortable in my own skin. And then I just wake up and I said to myself, you know what? Dress the way you want to, hang out with who you want to, do what you want to. You've got one life. You love it. Everybody's going to answer for their own lives one day and what they did. Now you're having someone else dictate to you. And they're practically living two lives. They're living their own lives and yours because you're now living according to what they think.
Yeah.
So I am friends with who I want to be friends with. And if you get to know these people and this label gay people, it's straight people, they're just normal human beings.
Yeah.
They just have a different way of thinking, and it's just about sexuality. They chose something different.
Preference.
It's preference.
But actually, it's not preference. It's
like
they're born that
they're
way.
born that way.
It's not a choice they've
It's not
made.
a choice they've
Yeah.
made. Yeah. So would you like it if someone would come and forcefully try to change something about you or remove something out of your life that's a part of you? And I always see it that way. My daughter's albino. I didn't expect it because, going through all the tests that they do during a pregnancy, that is one of the things that's not picked up. So she was also a surprise to me. Now, if I was judgmental towards gay people or race or whatever, should I be judgmental towards my daughter as well
Oh,
now?
she's so
And
lovely.
you see how
She
must I
is so
feel
lovely.
if people are now being judgmental towards me? Because you get the stares and the looks, and I feel that if they're doing this to my daughter and we perceive her as normal, and she is normal, it's just she
Yes.
doesn't have the normal pigmentation like everybody else, So now
She's even got her dreadlocks, her blonde
Yes.
dreadlocks.
And then now how should this people that is perceived as gay people and all this funny derogatory names that they call them, how should they feel on a daily basis? You know, so I'm so comfortable with them. I don't even want to say with them because it's me labeling now again, putting them in a box again.
Do you find them to be more loyal?
Yes,
Very, very,
that's
very
what I
much.
wanted to say when you
And
were done. The
outspoken.
honesty, man.
Honesty, man.
Woo, there's
Me and
nothing
Lashes
like
from
it,
this
man.
morning, I think we had about like 3 fights. We had a big one coming here. And I was like, man, I am so tired of you for the day. I'm going to speak about you on radio. And he said, I'll run in there and say my say. You know, but he's honest. And I appreciate the honesty that comes with that. I know that there's not going to be any gossip. He has said he say how he feels. I am free and open to say how I feel at the time, and we're just free, man. It's flowing.
That's what I love.
That's it's so cool, you know.
That's my favorite thing.
Is
That they so
The
honest.
honesty, the loyalty.
The loyalty, man. Like I grew up tomboy and had to like switch over like at 21 or so, and like was like maybe I should try be a lady once in my life.
have you succeeded?
Not really. We look like it. So it's like I find them so similar because I hung out with guys my entire life, and I've always had honest people around me. And then I get with girls.
That's so interesting that you were a tomboy.
Yeah.
And your best friends and your confidants that took you out of your depression that your dad told me about are gays now. And yet you hung out with straight guys.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, for me, it's like getting the best of both worlds because I'm not for the female side of life. I'm so sorry, but girls are not my cup of tea. It's just.
But gay guys are actually very feminine.
But they
They
still
are,
guys.
but they're still guys. Yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah, they're still guys.
They're still
and
guys.
This
and
morning, Lashes also did a weird thing. You know, I came there to pick him up because we had another meeting early in the morning. And he went to the bathroom and he's busy washing, and he just comes out of the bathroom, stark naked. And he says to me, remember this and that and that and that. And I'm like, dude, you're still a dude. How can you just run around the house naked like that? And he's quite comfortable. And he runs back, and I'm saying, you know what? Lashes is a weird one. But, you know,
But he's your friend.
he's my friend, yeah.
now in my house, we all walk around like that. Like, it's just
It's
a thing.
normal, yeah.
I'm very, like, I'm so hippie free. Like, you know? So, like, yeah. So I'm like, I encourage that, man. You ain't any different from me. Just because, like, I'm a bit swole in some areas and you're not, like...
Uh-huh.
I don't see the difference. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I don't feel uncomfortable in front of them. I walk straight out and I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? Like, they're like, woo! At first, Teddy, he could not handle seeing me like that.
Teddy's such a lady. He is such a lady.
So he was like, no, girl, what are you doing? And now they all just like walking around.
But the nice thing that I really enjoy with Lashes is like the dressing part.
Ah.
We would go to town with that. He will just say, that don't match with that. And we will just do the dress up thing.
Is that why you look so fine?
But I always do it. You know, I dress up. But I feel so much more comfortable now. Because I know in the morning, if I don't dress up and I go there, he's going to say, that's your problem. I'm dressing up right now. And he will dress up, you know. He will put on his suit and whatever he wants to. And he will look fabulous. And that's so nice as well, you know. It's never a normal day.
It's
never a normal day.
It's very abnormal if they're not there. Like I'm like 9:00. Where are you guys? Like why aren't you here yet?
What's the most exciting thing about being friends with these guys?
Oh, everything.
I don't know. I can't even pick.
Is it their exuberance for life?
Yes, I
Yes,
think
so
that
much so.
It's very aggressive. So you are forced.
Uh-huh.
Like it's so much fun. They like dance around, and then eventually I'm like, okay, I'm also gonna try some. You know?
They're just generally they alive and got a zest for life. I think because people are so judgmental of gay people that they live their lives
To the maximum.
You know, and you know, if you look at what we perceive as our straight people and normal people, you look at our lives and you look at their lives, and you know, you start envying it, and you say, but they are so free. They do what they want to do. They dress the way they want to dress. They've got their own lingo. They don't care about you. You're the one that's caring about them. They don't care about you. They're loving their lives, and it's gorgeous. It's great. It's nice. You know, it's always a party. It's always fun. They're living their lives like it's the last day that they're loving every day. And that's how life should be. You know, you should enjoy it, because you never know. It's life is short. You never know when it's going to be taken away from you. And they just love, you know. And
and the challenges of being friends with gay people. Cameron, do you think we should let the viewers see how luscious and sunny are dressed today? You know, we'll just give them a shot of that. I think we should call them in so you can just show them, because I think they both look really fabulous.
They do.
Luscious in a very sophisticated way, with the combination of casual and formal, and sunny in a very playful way.
Yes.
Peggy, what's got you so engrossed there when I thought we are having such an interesting discussion here?
it's very interesting. I'm just, there's
What's
people
that tattooed on your arm, down the side of your arm?
it says, God is my everything, my beginning and my end. And the other one says, still I rise.
What?
Still I rise.
Oh, okay.
I always, my ink always represents
that
something.
sounds like
Yes.
Maya Angelou.
Yes, it's from the poem from Maya Angelou, Still I Rise. And that's why my company is also called Phoenix, because always from the
rising
ashes.
from the ashes.
Yeah, but it also has...
We just want the Kofifi viewers that are watching on Facebook and on YouTube to see how fabulous the two of you are looking.
Yeah.
You can leave now while the ladies gossip about you. No, okay, you can stay.
I've
Okay,
got
you
a
can stay.
It
Are
is
we
from...
still on for dinner tonight?
No.
You were still saying, Peggy, yes?
Yeah, everything that the ink is lasting. You can't really erase it unless you go that gruesome part, and it's very painful. So everything represents something in my life.
What does your company Phoenix do?
We do events.
Oh,
Yeah, big events. We're having one that's coming up now, shortly, and so the Still I Rise, because in my life there's things that happened, and I'm the kind of person that never takes a fall and not get up. So it's always Still I Rise, Still I Rise, you know, and like the phoenix, always out of the ashes. Also, I'm not very religious, but I'm spiritual. So God is my beginning and my end. It starts there. My spiritual life, I've got my own sort of relationship with God, and then Lashes will also sometimes not understand that and say, you know, you're weird. You speak to God in a weird way. And then I said to him, no, you know, let me do my thing. You know, that's how I do my thing. And it's worked for me all this time. So I never put ink on my body. That is just something that I see. That is random. Because I don't want to regret it tomorrow. You wake up and you think, oh, I got to cover this. And you cover it, and, you know, after a while you can't cover anymore.
Yeah.
so guys, don't put girlfriends' names, and
No.
guys
Never.
and girls
Yesterday.
don't put boyfriends'
We
names.
spoke about it yesterday. I told them
Even
no
our husbands.
names. No names.
No way.
So, but the challenges of being friends with such close friends, because it's not passing acquaintances. You guys are in each other's lives. In your case, for example, Whitney, you're getting married. What does your husband to be say?
Oh, he was friends with him first.
Oh, that's unusual.
Yeah.
That's unusual for a straight guy to be friends
and
with
he
gays.
loves them so much.
He must be a very confident man.
He that's what he says. He says, I don't have any problems with my sexuality, so why should I feel guilty?
I always feel that guys who have a problem with gay guys lack confidence in their own sexuality.
Yeah. That's what I think. I was amazed. I won't lie. At first, I was like, "Hey, boy, what's going on here?" and then I saw, nah, man, he chilled.
Cool,
He's
yeah.
just that kind of person. He loves. Like the other night, we went to Doma. We went up to Doma, And Ninian's face, his eyes were huge. He was just sitting there like, oh my word, best day of my life. He had such a great time. He's just for people just as much as we are. He just doesn't see.
What's his name?
Ninian.
Ninian.
Yeah.
That's an unusual
It's
name.
very unusual.
Where's he from?
Cape Town.
Oh, okay. Is there a man in your life?
Not at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm focusing on basically the company and doing me. And you know, we discussed it yesterday, me and Luscious again. And I
Is
said to
Luscious
him,
your partner?
he's always there. He seems to always be there. I told him it's not about looking for a man for me right now. When something comes, it will come, and you know I will go through the process. And you know it's not like I'm looking for someone. If it comes, it comes. You know I will check it out and see who. It's more about the person at that point in time.
That's a really good place
You
to
know,
be,
because
though.
if I feel that I don't need a man to define me or relationship to define me, you know, I'm okay.
You're
on my own.
comfortable
I'm
with
not
your own
lonely.
company.
Yes, I'm alone. I'm not lonely. You know,
That's something a lot
That's
of
my
people
own
don't
self-love,
understand. Some
Yeah.
people don't understand that there are people who actually enjoy their own company.
I think it's very healthy for you to make time for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't make time for yourself and get to you and balance yourself that way so that you can come and re-interact with people again, there's always going to be that imbalance, you know, and something missing. So you have to rejuvenate, recuperate every now and again on your own,
Yeah.
you know, so to me it's fine.
No, like when I tell people here that, no, I spent the whole weekend on my own. It's like, what? Didn't you visit anybody? No. What did you do? I was on my own. I read 3 books.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love reading myself.
But we were still talking about the challenges.
Yes. I don't know to you. To me, the challenges I get more challenges from outside people than from my friends, you know, my gay friends, because the challenges that I have with them would be that sometimes that honesty can be very honest.
It's brutal.
It's brutal to a point where it's brutal, you know. They can be very jealous
Of the
of
friendship.
the friendship. They don't like sharing a friendship at times.
But
you know?
it comes with the
It
loyalty.
comes with the loyalty, yeah. I get that thing from outside people, you know, where and people can influence things so much so that they can put strain on your friendship with your
Yeah.
people. And I've learned to just, you know, sort of put that aside. If you have problems with my friends, that is your problems and you actually the one with the problem. We don't have a problem with ourselves or with you, you know. And I don't like being friends or interacting with people that's too judgmental because that will influence me in the old end as well and make me look at things. So yeah, challenges is more from outside people
definitely.
than from inside of the friendship.
Do you find gay friends as being more accepting and less judgmental?
Yes, most definitely. Because of the challenges that they face as gay people, they know what it feels like to be judged, for people to be judgmental of them. So they accept you so fully and completely that you just feel comfortable, you know. I will sit there and I'll think to myself, if I really want to just relax and be myself, I would rather go and sit with one of my gay friends because the honesty is going to be there and the relaxation and everything is just going to be there. And I don't have to pretend or try to be someone else with other people, you know. Sometimes, like my dress sense, I will dress up and people will be like, you're so overdressed, you know, or where are you going to, or why are you in that? And you come to Doma and he says, you look fabulous.
If you want to wear an evening
Yeah.
dress and go to town, it's your body.
Yes.
It's your dress.
Thank you.
That's my, hello, Rosemary. What an informative show. I'm so in awe. Oh, God, I don't want to say that part. I'm so in awe of you. You do speak so... oh, okay. These are... I don't want to read the part where they're praising me. I'm blushing. I can relate so well to Whitney's story regarding depression. Both my daughter and I, we are so misunderstood. I wish I knew who you were so that you can come and chat to me. I'm one of those people where I say, live your life for yourself as long as you do no harm to anybody else.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you want to wear an evening dress at 10 o'clock in the morning and go swanning off to town, it's your business. It's your body. It's your dress. It's what you felt like wearing. And that's why I love the way you guys are dressed.
Thank
really.
you.
I mean, Camray will tell you, I'm the first to, when somebody is unorthodox, I go for it. No, it shows a creative mind.
Yes.
It also shows independence and self-confidence.
Yes.
Because you've got to be self-confident to pull off what you guys are pulling
Yeah.
off. Hanging your best friends being gays is about self-confidence as well. And for me, it also means that it's fulfilling. Because there are people that talk about it.
Yes.
But it, for you, there's, as you say, that Luscious said earlier on, when the first interview I had with him, that he's very spiritual.
Yes.
And I get that thing of yours of not belonging to a denomination, but you have your relationship with your maker.
Yes.
And you talk to your maker yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to belong to any organized religion. And I have a friend who, when she's really down, goes and sits under the tree in her garden with a cup of tea and really scolds God.
I do that. And people are like, you're going to hell. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
They were very fascinated with me as well, Sunny and them, because I conversate.
Yes.
I don't have to say
Yeah.
dear Lord.
And
I'm
the
I'm just
argument.
like, Lord, you.
Can you see what's happening here?
Yeah. Because I feel like that's my personal relationship with him, and he understands
Yes.
me and he knows me. So why do I have to stick to a certain
To a script.
And to me, it's like,
Let's
okay,
flip
we
the
Christians
script.
now, and our Bible says, our Father. That's your Father. Why must I be scared of my Father?
Thank
You have respect for your father, but if you're scared of your parents, you're not going to go to your parents and be
when you
open.
have a when you have
When
a
you're
problem.
troubled, or you want something, or when you're happy, you're not going to go there, So you cannot be scared of your parents. So if he's my father, how can I be scared of him? Even at home, when my father does something that I don't like, I will be, oh man, I just don't like that,
Yeah.
And I speak to God the same way. Sometimes when things are really upside down, I will go, what's happening? And when I'm happy, I'll praise him, and that's just how it is.
Whitney, your dad, Pastor Johan,
Just sprinkle it out there.
he said to me, oh, Rose, do you know how good her gay friends have been for her? He says, we didn't know what to do. We were at our wits' end. She had chronic depression until she met these guys.
Wow.
And it's over.
That is great. That is something to say about people. That speaks about their character.
And that's when I said to myself, what is it in this friendship that's so special that they could cure a 10-year depression?
Yeah, it's like the first time I've had people besides like my best friend. Now I'm like everybody before this. Everybody before this hasn't completely said, "Oh, this is you." Cool. Like them, that's just how they are. I'm moody. I'm like the worst. I can be like here now and then down somewhere there. Like
And they'll tell you off.
They so chill. They're like, oh, go. Gaan sit net asseblief. Just go over there, do what you need to do, and we'll be in here. Like
They won't
leave.
sulk. They
They
won't
won't
sulk.
leave my house. No. They'll wait till I get over my little pity party. Or they'll irritate me to the point where I'm like, okay, fine, I'm fine. Okay, I'm better. Like, leave me alone now. They just creeped in and were like, they took the keys. Because I don't know, but I love them and I can't stay a day without them. I can't. I hate it so much. I don't like being without them.
But when you have children, hopefully you'll have children when you get married. They've got all these aunts now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
one of
Tabiso, Sunny's the Oma.
And
That's
Lush is also Oma.
Yes, but Luscious is my Oma.
Oh, she's your Oma. Because
Yeah.
Lush is everybody's Oma, and my Oma too. Because last night we walked into another friend's house, and the babies was like, Oma! And I'm looking for Oma, and I'm thinking, oh, it's Luscious. And I'm thinking, child, you're going to grow up and wonder, no, Oma, no. Why is Oma now? And this is also another Oma. But we'll explain to you when you're grown.
I'm so glad to see that gay people are writing into us. We as gays love to chill with girls because we feel one another. And the straight guys only use girls. That is why the gays chill with... why the gays chill with no straight guys? Don't like gays because the girls chill with them, but only to find out that straight boys also want the gays, so why hide like that? Who run this world? Gays and girls.
G, double G's. I like that.
You know, I learned this in these 2 interviews I had with Sunny and Teddy B and Sunny and Luscious, is that gays just are just so totally confident in themselves once they're out of the closet.
Yes.
At one point I was saying they could be motivational speakers.
The one thing that I would say to people, especially these judgmental people, they should actually just sit back and look at these people's lives without judging, because they can take a forest out of their books and just love, just be, and if all of us that's so judgmental can just love and just be, can you imagine what a beautiful place it would be?
Right.
Focus on yourself and concentrate on yourself.
I think meet yourself a gay person. Have a conversation with the gay person.
Go for coffee. Find out who's the person behind the stigma and the word gay, And then maybe if you see you find out.
Life.
Yeah. They're normal people. They're just people like everybody else.
No, I find them absolutely exhilarating.
Yes.
And they have such a verve for life. Hey, Camry, the policeman in the studio. They're so exuberant and they embrace life completely. And I just love that about them because, as you say, life is for living.
Yes.
Not sitting and pointing fingers at others. Stop pointing fingers at others and live your own life. Then you'll find you don't have time to point fingers
and to
at
look
others.
at other people. Yeah.
And in closing, Whitney and Peggy, what do you want to say to Kofifi?
I would like to say that this is especially your show, Rosemary. It's a great show, and
thank you.
There is room for so much discussion and for things out there that normally doesn't get discussed. And if more of this can be done, that is great. Kofifi is a exceptionally great station, and a platform for
all
everybody.
compliments accepted. Yeah. Whitney, come with yours. Try and outdo her.
Well, I probably won't. But I want to say thank you first and foremost. I'd like to say thank you for having us, because we don't really get to. I'd never thought about it. Speaking about it before being asked. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a really good feeling to actually let people know from a different perspective. Yo, this is what's up. So thank you. Thank you. This is awesome. I feel so great. This is good.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have had the two of you here with me. I think I'm going to go back to being my bohemian self again.
Yeah, that's just love. That's the idea.
Kofifi, our time is up in Conversations with Rosemary. On Tuesday, join us when we talk to the MMC for Finance from the city of Joburg, MMC Dagada. And we'll be talking about the junk status and what the implications are for the city and for you and me. Goodbye.
This is Kofifi FM 97.2. Kofifi FM, where it all began.
Kofifi FM News.
In our news headlines this afternoon, Zuma opponents launch freedom movement, and Tswana anti-cable theft campaign recovers 500 million rand worth of copper. I'm Mika Davids with the news at 2 on Kofifi FM 97.2. Good afternoon. The civil society, political parties, and religious groups